My name's Rinchen and I'm a photographer from Cambridge. It sounds really strange to say this, but for me, this time of self-isolation has been a really special one. We were living with my parents who are both in their 80s at the time of lockdown, so this compulsory downtime has meant that we've spent more time together as a family, time which I'm well aware is incredibly precious and I feel so lucky. It's hard to square the wholesomeness of spending our days together with everything that's going on. The insanity of the front line versus the banality of home life. Aside from the obvious, I think the worst for me has been worry, especially as I'm not naturally an anxious person, but more interestingly, the pandemic has brought something to light for me, which I've always been quietly aware of. Here in the West, we live a very sheltered existence. The ill and the elderly are tucked away in hospitals and care homes. Meat comes neatly packaged on a supermarket shelf. We're protected from the harsh realities of Samsara and totally oblivious of mortality, almost invincible. Tibetan Buddhism talks about the four major suffering being birth, old age, sickness and death, and we see so little of that here day to day. In Tibet, when someone dies, they stay in the home for 3 days while prayers are done, and I feel like life is harsher there and they're more in touch with how fragile it is. They have such an awareness of death and a respect for life. If you'd asked me a few weeks ago what I had learnt and what I wanted to hold on to from these times, I would have simply said just to have a slow day in every week. I've often blamed motherhood for not giving me enough space to create. When I've tried to put it into words, it's like I can't see the photographs as I'm so occupied with daily tasks. It's generally in Tibet where I've made the effort to go out with my camera on my own that I've made new work. As the main caregiver, my days here are governed by school hours, but with my partner home off work, I've realised that by having more time, my mind has relaxed, and when the light hits in a certain way or one of my children clambers up onto my father's lap, it's like I'm seeing again. I know many of my friends are having a very different experience. I'm conscious of the massive effect this will have on the work-gender divide, and I'm not saying that it's been easy here by any means, but for me, despite the financial implications of having my partner home, which are obviously massive, we've just tried to make the most of it, and I've realised something in this time. It's not having become a mother, losing my autonomy or my shortcomings as an artist, but it's the pace of life I lead here that gets in the way. My initial feeling of wanting to keep one slow day in every week was spot on. I just didn't realise what impact it would have on me and my work. I hope you're all keeping really well and staying safe, and I wish you Tashi Delik.